Welcome back to our channel, Intentional Living with Joyce Tairo. I'm excited to talk about our brand new series on self-mastery. Many people do not know themselves. I have interacted with people who have published widely on high-impact journals. They know a lot about what happens in their external environment. They know what is happening in the world. They are well versed with the trends in the world, but they know very little about themselves. That is our interest this morning. My name is Joyce Dairo. You're watching Intentional Living. What is self-mastery? Self-mastery is being able to raise our consciousness about our uniqueness. You know, we are unique, and we need to know our uniqueness so that we are able to celebrate it. We need to know ourselves, and not just to know ourselves, but also to master what we are, the person or the people that we are. That is what self-mastery is all about. It means knowing our strengths. In corporates, we know about SWOT analysis. Here, we are talking about identifying our strengths, identifying our weaknesses, identifying our talents, identifying our abilities, and every other thing that is within us so that we are able to go out there being courageous and confident about who we are. What does self-mastery do? It helps us to lead authentic lives. I like authenticity, being real. You know, the world out there is celebrating fakeness. We often hear phrases like fake it until you make it. And this is not right. I am unique. I need to celebrate my uniqueness. I need to live a real life. I need to be authentic in all that I am and in all that I do. I do not have to be two people in different places. There are people who know me as this person, other people know me as this other person. You need to develop your authenticity, and you cannot develop authenticity if you do not know who you are. Self-mastery helps us to be courageous, to face the world with courage. It helps us to be confident about facing the world because we already know that we are what we are. We have strengths. Yes, the world may expect other things, but we are using our strengths to benefit society. So we are courageous. We are confident even to face the world. The third thing about self-mastery, it makes us congruent. You know, I talked about this matter last week in a youth forum, and as I was asking for the young people to talk about their take-home, there's this young man who said that he understands that if he is a circle, he should not be worried about other people being triangles and hexagonal and those other figures. He is comfortable with being round as a circle. And I think that is what authenticity is all about. That is what being courageous is all about. That is what being congruent is all about. Knowing that a circle cannot fit in a triangle. You know, you're already a circle. You cannot be congruent. You cannot fit in a triangle. And that is what authenticity brings us to. Lastly, authenticity makes us passionate, because when I know my strengths, for example, for me, I'm attracted to young people. I want to serve them. That is my element. Whenever I interact with young people, I feel I'm in my element. So I'm passionate because I'm already sure that is what I am drawn to. That is the person that I am. So we have to know who we are. Let's go back to thinking about our strengths. What are you good at? Have you ever thought about what you're good at? What you are celebrated for? What people say that you're good at? Those are your strengths. And those things come so easily to you. There are people who are good in organizing. There are people who are good in fundraising. There are people who are good in cooking. There are people who are good even in music. Those are your strengths. There are people who are good in speaking. And once you know your strengths, you're able to build your strengths so that they can help you create more value in the marketplace. And remember, we say that the more value you create in the marketplace, the more remunerated you are. And it is very important for you to work towards the area of your strength so that you may create more value in the marketplace. It is also important for us to identify our special giftings, our talents. The Bible says that a man's gift makes way for him and ushers him before great men. It is our talents that are going to usher us before great men. So it is important for us to know our talents so that we may work with them. But I have a caveat here. Somebody said that talent is as cheap as table salt. You know, the cheapest thing in the supermarket is table salt, and I think the prices do not fluctuate. Talent is as cheap as table salt. You have to work it out. You have to polish it. You have to put it into work for it to bring and create value in the marketplace. You also need to know what your element is. What is your element? Some of us are good while working with people. Others are good while working with things. And you cannot thrive if, for example, your element is working with people and you find yourself working with things. Let me give an example. I'm a people person. I like being where people are. I like working with people. When I see many people, I get into my best. If you send me to a lab to work there, I'll be a very depressed person. I'll start talking to the instruments there, and by the third day I think I'll be insane. So knowing my element is very, very important. Knowing my uniqueness. My friend, you're unique. Remember, you're custom designed. You're not mass produced like many products in the market today. You're custom designed. And you need to celebrate your uniqueness. Remember, we are more than 7 billion in the world, and you're unique. Remember, your fingerprints are unique to you. You are unique in very many ways. Let us learn to celebrate our uniqueness, and that is what self-mastery is all about.